not going anywhere.
No,
who is he?
I said that she's going. Like this.
You're explaining to him. Who calls him?
You're trying, don't worry. Sorry.
No, you're doing for your level. I know that's what you're
doing well.
for your level.
You're not.
Who goes in for she to explain where she want to go? For policeman.
You are good.
What be that?
You are very good for. Don't worry.
I know they don't want to go with Etaka.
They go.
You attempt that thing again, the display what I go display for you. And I go feel that.
Hello guys and welcome back to my channel Oki TV. No be small thing, my beautiful people. Like say Ned and Regina Daniels don't finally decide to wash their dirty linens for outside, as everybody don't they post their own side of the story. Now to every story make you know say e get another side. We don't they hear Regina's side of the story ever since, but now Ned has decided to open up and start saying something. So the video I watched earlier on na video where Ned posted of Sammy, that is Regina Daniels' brother, as they come in house, they come harass his family, his children, his domestic staff. In fact, he said this is the reason why he actually arrested the guy. He has evidence, and this is part of the evidence according to him. He said a lot of things though, which we go read for this video, so make una get patient because this video go long. According to Paned, he said, "This video shows Sammy, Regina's brother, repeatedly coming to my house and harassing my children and domestic staff, especially whenever I was not around. His visit was often aggressive and disruptive. This is someone I sponsored through his 2 years at the University of Ekpoma. I bought his musical instrument, rented and furnished a flat for him in Abuja. In addition to the house I bought for Regina in Asaba before our marriage for the use of all of them. I also routinely provided allowance to allow all members of the family, including her mother, Rita Daniels. Indeed, in the last 2 years, I have a record of transferring 1.5 million to her alone." When Regina Daniels started her rehabilitation, there was a clear instruction by the doctor to strictly restrict people, especially her enablers, from having access to her. The therapy was arranged after I noticed troubling changes in her behavior linked to her dependence on certain illegal substances, including going for 48 hours without sleeping and eating every 2 hours. Unfortunately, Sammy Destiny, some of these siblings, together with a few of their friends, notable Sonia, Uche, Montana, amongst others, constantly defied those instructions. They would come into the house uninvited, sometimes forcing their way in, and would bring her the same drugs she was being treated for instead of helping her. It's important to note that Lawrence, Sammy, his girlfriend NK, Destiny, Sonia, and so others also took the same drugs as Regina. In fact, Lawrence and Sammy were the ones who first introduced and supplied these drugs to her. They were deeply involved in the habits themselves, and rather than helping her get better, they kept drawing her back into the same destructive lifestyle. I do not drink alcohol nor smoke. In fact, I am a vegetarian, so I found these characters and behavior reprehensible and totally unacceptable. Just 4 weeks ago, I woke up around 4 a.m. and realized that Regina was in my room, and on the phone, she was clearly high. And she knew that I did not want her in my room in that condition. I asked her to go to her room, and she told me that Sammy's girlfriend was in her room. I was alarmed and angry because that girl should never have been in my house, let alone around Regina, since she is one of the enablers who constantly bring her the substance she is addicted to. I told Regina that the girl has to leave, and one of my drivers dropped her off. 30 minutes later, Sammy came to my house shouting and demanding that I come downstairs to face him. He said I had no right to ask his girlfriend to leave my house. He was ranting and threatening, waking up everyone, including the children. I eventually went downstairs and had to instruct the security to physically push him out of my compound. They did not stop there. On several occasions, they were verbally assaulted and intimidating the police officers stationed at the house for security. The officers were simply following instructions to restrict access for the sake of Regina's recovery, but Sammy and his group would insult and threaten them. Whenever Regina wanted to go out and I was not around, she would become extremely hostile towards the police and domestic staff. She would shout, threaten and use abusive words, insisting that she must leave the house no matter what. There were there were at least two serious incidents where she left home in the evening and did not return until the next day. The first incident, she returned in the morning around 9 a.m. When I asked where she had been all night, she casually said she was at a nightclub. When I questioned why she would stay out all night, ignoring my calls and refusing to answer messages, her response was, "You are not my father, so don't ask me where I was." I found out that she was with Casey and that Casey was staying in Regina's house in Life Camp. Casey is the chemist and supplier of the group. I had to go to the live camp at 6 p.m. to ask her to live with her around Regina. To ask her to leave. With her around Regina, the therapy became a joke. On another occasion, on the kids' birthday to be precise, I returned home with the kids because Regina said she would stay with her Nollywood friends for dinner. She didn't return until 5 p.m. The next day, I took so much nonsense just for the sake of the kids. I also knew that drugs had a lot to do with it. As to her reason for continuing with drugs, she will always say, just like my mother, that it is a celebrity lifestyle. They will always mention two well-known pop stars. Imagine the pains of a husband trying to help his wife recover, only to have the process sabotaged by her siblings and friends. They were the very people who should have been supporting her healing. This pattern of behavior made it almost impossible for her to recover. Each time progress was made, they would undo it by smuggling in the same drugs she was fighting to give up. The entire household lived in tension and fear because of their constant harassment, interference, and disregard for boundaries. It will be interesting to know her reasons for the violent behavior in the house the day that Sammy and other siblings came, attacking my staff and security, taking Regina away from after doing a video which they posted the next day. Why did they do that video? Why did they post it? They simply planned and orchestrated a script all in my absence, regardless of the fact that my kids were there. They took away many things from my house, including one of my phones, money, and many other items. Everything that happened that day was in my house, in my absence. Nobody was beaten, and nobody could have contemplated that. It is bluntly false to say that I sent talks to beat Regina in another house. The video that went viral was filmed entirely in front of my house by Regina's sister and her friends. It was a pure Nollywood scenario in front of my property in my absence. Sammy should have a life of his own outside of Regina and focus on building a career in his career independently. When his brother Lawrence went to London a couple of years ago to do his master's degree, I personally sponsored him with $75,000 for tuition and upkeep. I sent him abroad partly to help him escape the toxic environment of drugs exposure and bad influence around them at that time. Out of fairness, I offered Samuel the same opportunity, but he declined, insisting he wanted to remain in Nigeria to pursue his music career. Unfortunately, he has since been arrested several times by both the police and the AFCC. His behavior has become increasingly violent and unstable. What he needs now is a total rehabilitation and professional guidance. Otherwise, his aggression and self-destructive tendency will only worsen. My people don't be small matter be this so. Panel don't finally come outside. Come give reason why it take arrest Regina Daniels' brother. And I know say people don't they talk say he's too wicked. Why is he oppressing the family? Why is he treating the family bad? Is he by force to marry? So e don come out to clear reasons for una say there is another side to the story apart from wetin Regina Daniels and the brothers dey talk. But my own opinion be say if true true Regina is all this thing that he has said, why is he still holding on to her? Why e no gree allow her make e go? Leave her to go and live her life the way that she wants. Yes, she's the mother of your kids, but marriage no be by force. So that's my own opinion. So if you can go to the comment section to drop your own opinion and tell us what you think concerning this video. Don't forget to always like and share my video and click on the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Thank you for watching, guys.